Yes, that area there.
Okay.
Who currently owns that property? Can you share that, or?
They've recently acquired it.
So the HDHCA, they actually own that property there?
Correct.
Okay. And the reason that this low to moderate income housing funds have accrued is because of our success using TIF in high-end districts? I mean, in a sense, is that how you would explain that, or?
Not necessarily high-end, but a TIF residential district that's not a slum and blight or anything, that's specifically just a TIF residential, we have to set aside 5% of that increment that we capture specifically for LMI projects. And so, yes, these funds are from the balance that we generate from other residential districts.
Have they done lot surveys down there to see if that property is in a floodplain or anything like that? I mean, so.
A portion of it does sit in the floodplain in the southeast corner, and that's why that's going to be a year or two down the road. That way they can, one, bring in additional, go through the permitting process, bring in additional fill, get it to the elevation. But yes, they've actually worked with an engineer that has said this is, yes, you can do that.
So this would be our only investment in that development down there? We wouldn't have any infrastructure, the infrastructure that would be run to those duplexes, twin homes or whatever, that would be done solely out of these funds here on?
That is correct. It would be Humboldt County Housing Development's responsibility to connect to existing utilities.
Move to approve.
Motion by Jim
Second.
and seconded by Darrell. Roll call vote, please.
Davis,
Aye.
Goodell,
Aye.
Slater,
Aye.
Vermeer,
Aye.
Rusher.
Motion carried. Next, under ordinances, we need a motion to approve the first reading of the following proposed ordinance, an ordinance amending the Code of Ordinances of the City of Humboldt, Iowa by amending Chapter 28, Section 3 pertaining to the structure of the Historic Preservation Commission.
Move to approve.
Motion by John,
Second.
seconded by Joel. Roll call vote, please.
Goodell,
Aye.
Slater,
Aye.
Vermeer,
Aye.
Rusher,
Aye.
Davis.
Motion carried. Well, that being all of the order of business of this evening, does, Travis, do you have anything you'd like to share?
I do have a couple things. With the rain that we got last week, junk pickup, it's been pushed on. They'll be wrapping up junk pickup this week. Right now they're working on picking up the appliances, and then they'll be moving on to brush. Anticipated that it'll be done Wednesday or more likely Thursday, that they'll move on to brush. Also, we are approaching, or actually we're well into mowing season. As a reminder, please do not mow into the street. It's not just unsightly, but it actually does create drainage problems as it all makes its way into the system. It's also the season to be outside, so please be mindful of pedestrians and bicyclists and obey posted speed limits. Pedestrians, as a reminder, you should be walking against traffic. Bicyclists, you are supposed to be going with traffic. I know it sounds silly, but those are actually state laws, so thought I'd reiterate those.
Thank you. Gloria, do you have anything to say?
Travis, speaking of mowing, who
John.
mows, excuse me, who
No,
mows
go
the soccer fields? The
That
high
would
school?
be,
The high school do that, or do we do that?
we mow it, but if the high school wants it mowed outside of our normal mowing schedule, they can mow it as well, because they actually own it.
Okay.
The city simply maintains it.
Okay, thank you. Gloria, did you have anything?
I don't.
to say? Darrell, do you have
No, I
anything to
don't.
say? Brett? Joel? John, that was your one question for the evening?
Actually, I just want to make sure that the, the signs in the parks are cleaned up this spring. The concrete signs. We talked about that when Bill was the interim here. Was it Bill?
Yes, Bill Goldie?
Yeah.
Correct.
If you notice, like, if you go by John Brown Park, Taft Park, all the signs have mold growing on them on the north side of the concrete,
Oh, those stone.
Placards.
Okay.
as do the city signs coming into town.
Okay.
And I know we talked, I think Bill talked with Chris and they're gonna do that, but I just wanna make sure it gets done because people are asking me about it
Yep.
already, so. That's all I have.
Thank you. Jim?
I don't have anything.
Nothing this evening, and I do not have anything this evening, this evening either, so, excuse me. With that, we need a motion to schedule Monday, May 16th, 2016, at 5:30 PM as a date and time for the next regular meeting of the Humboldt City Council, and you adjourn this session at 5:54 PM.
Move approved.
Motion by Darrell
Second.
and seconded by Brett. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Those opposed, motion carried. Thank you.